Good day and welcome back to the podcast Catch It, A New Perception. My name is Katuk. Looking forward to how these episodes come out in the near future, talking about lines in a song. And even though you might not be familiar with the line, you might not be familiar with the song, please share it with others. Allow other people to be able to come into this podcast and receive what they can receive from it. And give it a thumbs up if you have a comment that can be constructive and help the podcast or help myself get better. I really do appreciate those also. Thinking about a line in a song that comes to me. And I get the process of this is different each week, even though there's a theme that seems to run together. And I say that because the theme is the fact that each one is a line out of a song and they run together in a sense. And on the other hand, there's some real different ideas about what a song, what music can do for us. How invested are you? In the sense of, do you allow music to be able to change the way you think and feel in a positive manner? Do you allow the music that you listen to affect you in a negative manner subconsciously and you're not even aware of it? The things you watch on TV, the movies you watch, the things you watch online, whatever it might be, how does it affect you? Is it positively? Is it negatively? I want songs. I want things that I watch on TV, in a movie, in a show, online. I want them to affect me positively. And I know that sometimes when I speak of a certain song and I'll hear people talk about how they'll refer to it as somewhat dark, maybe. And I'm like, it's so inspirational because I see it differently than they do. I hear it differently than they do. It comes to me and speaks to me and wants me to be able to get better at what I do. Whatever it is that I'm doing, that is what a song should be, is inspiring. Often. I get it, some people just listen to it and don't think much of it. I'm wondering what it does to their subconscious if they just, oh, it sounds good, oh yeah, that's really cool. Or if it's about violence, if it's about things that are not healthy for us, in a lifestyle we once lived, we no longer live in. This week I'm thinking about a song and a line. And there's a few lines in the song that come to me. The one I think of is, always be open to your path and your journey. What does that mean to you? To always be open to your path and your journey. Sometimes when I refer to the journey, it's the journey of this lifetime. From our first breath to our last breath. And do we realize that each breath is a gift from the Creator? If we realize that each breath and each time we open our eyes, it's a gift, we may see the world different. Each time we hear the birds chirping, we hear something in nature, it's a gift. How is it that you see your journey, your path? Now, sometimes when I use the term journey, I use it in a term of for the day, for the moment, the ceremony, whatever it may be. Good journey to you. Maybe it may be in your travels. Safe journey to you. Maybe I'm referring to your travels more than an entire lifetime. With this statement, to me, it's more about who I am becoming, what my destiny is. Always be open to your path and your journey. Am I open to it changing? Do I realize how much it's changed? Do I realize how much I've impacted that change myself by leaving certain things behind, by treating people different, by making a different approach? Realizing that one approach works really well, and I could make that exact same approach with someone else, and it does not work well at all. It does not resonate with them. It doesn't mean that I need to change that. It means I need to be conscious of timing and approach. I need to be conscious of who it is that I say it to, or how I show up at a certain time with someone. Always be open to your path and your journey. In other words, be willing to allow it to change if it's not working for you. Take it in a new trajectory. Get to know your higher self and realize that your journey can change. You can leave that behind, whatever that is. That addiction to alcohol or drugs, that addiction to gambling, the unhealthy food habits of a food addiction. Whatever it might be, you could put whatever might fit into that for you personally. Relationships that are not healthy. Do you realize you could change the journey that you're on? If they're not healthy for you, that you could do something different. You know, I think about the journey that I'm on with my wife in this lifetime. And we've only been married for a little over 22 years, I believe it is. We met about 30 years ago this summer. And so we have some time together. And I need to be grateful for that time that I have with her. Who she is in my life, what she means to me, how she walks shoulder to shoulder with me, and how I need to treat her like a queen if I ever want to be treated with dignity and respect in a given day. And I say that because it's today part of my path, part of my journey, because we walk together. That's what we do. There are other people I walk on this journey with. I walk shoulder to shoulder with. What does it mean? Am I open enough for that to stay what needs to stay on the journey? Stay with it. Walk with it. Be with it. Allow the being to be part of it. Am I open to my path and my journey enough to allow it to change when it's not healthy? To allow something to be different because it can be. I have much to learn in this lifetime, on this journey. I talk at moments about that long journey and taking that long journey back home after I take my last breath. That's a whole new journey I do not have consciousness of. And it's another good long journey. This lifetime is but a short journey. If I live to be 100 years, it will be a short journey. Humans do not live long. What is it we can do within a lifetime? Do we want to impact other people in a positive way? Do we want to see things different? Do we expect to see things different on this journey when we're not taking a different action? Do I think that my path can change when I'm not taking a different action? When I continue to think the same way as I've always thought? And I continue to feel the way I've always felt at that point? Do I think that my path and my journey can continue to change? Like I said, I have much to learn. I think about another line from the same song and something that meant something to me at one point in my life. Coyote came and spoke to me. He said, "Get used to your destiny." Well, my destiny has to do with this path and this journey. And I must get used to it because I am going to do something at some point in people's life where I'm going to affect them in a positive way because I taught them or I helped them to learn is probably better terminology. They taught themselves possibly. I was present and helped them possibly to open their mind so they could always be open to a new path and a new journey for themselves. So they can take a different action and their life is impacted forever differently. That's what this is about for me. I need to be able to find a way to see things different, to make it a different approach. How is it that you can impact someone else's path and journey in a most positive way? If you are going to always be open to your path and your journey, how is it you're going to affect other people and their path and their journey? What does that mean? Do you have a desire to? Do you have a desire to be able to help other people? To watch them grow and change? I do. I've seen great impact on people. And maybe I've had a little bit to do with that because I've walked shoulder to shoulder with some men and watched them change. I don't know that I need any credit for it. It's nice to know that there's something inside of me that knows I possibly had something to do with it. I say that because I need to impact myself more than what I impact anybody else in this world. When I mention get used to your destiny and what that line means to me, when it comes to always being open to my path and my journey, my destiny has changed because I have made certain decisions. I have taken certain actions, and I've changed the way that I think so I will feel different. And I will guarantee that my destiny is different than it once would have been had I continued to make those same decisions. So the only way that I could change my destiny was by always, every moment of my life, being open to a path and a journey I cannot yet see. I must be open to seeing something tomorrow that I could not imagine would be there for me. I need to be open to something later today, before the sun sets, to an idea that I never could have imagined being in my life. And that is being open to my path and my journey. I look forward to many more days like this, being able to open my mind, knowing that this journey of this lifetime is good. I do believe that I will again impact someone's life. People have told me I have impacted their life before, more than once. And I've heard it in other terminology without someone saying that I impacted their life, that I've impacted their life. I guess at the moment I think that maybe it's time for you to let people know if they've impacted your life. If you have a loved one, a parent, a child, a friend, someone on your journey that's impacted your life, share it with them. Maybe tell them that they're important to you. Maybe they need to hear it on a given day, one day. The day you decide to share it with them, which may be soon, may be the day that they really need to hear it. Maybe that needs to be part of their path and their journey, is that they hear something from you and they didn't realize it. Let them know. Give them an idea that their destiny will continue to change by their actions changing, by you impacting their life, by what you say when you tell them that they impacted your life. Looking forward to next time. Live in harmony with and use the bounty of the land to bring kindness to the world. Dok Shao Ke.